This video app review is brought to you by the iPhone app Review.com.
Hey there, this is Valerie Lauer with the iPhone app Review.com, here with a video app review of an iPad app we've had this week called Petites Ondes. This application is actually a digital version, a petit or small version, pared down version of an actual instrument, which I'm going to mispronounce probably, which is the Ondes Martineau, something like that. Sorry, French was not my second language. In this case, what this is, it's actually a digital representation of, again, that instrument. That instrument was created back in the 1920s, kind of a cross between an organ and a theremin initially, and now it's really an instrument that's used in modern music because it's an electronic instrument. And what this app actually does is let you play, in a sense, control your pitch, control your timbre, and control your notes as they move across the game. So I want to apologize in advance. I am unfamiliar with this type of instrument, and I may make horrible sounds during this video app review, which you'll have to forgive me for. There are some amazing videos of people playing this instrument that know how to play it, so you might want to find those, but as far as the app goes, I'm here to evaluate that, so we'll do that together very, very well. What you would do in the application as the help feature here is telling you you're going to touch this, which is going to have your timbre, and then you're going to adjust it that way. Now, there's a lot of adjustment options you have here. As you see right now, we're on the timbre of 8. That also comes in this N, C, O, and this G. Now, whichever one you're on, you actually can adjust. This is for the 8, and that is for the G. So if you're on 8, you can adjust that there. It also gives you this hold or non-hold, and you can change to this G as well, as opposed to the, which is adjustable. There. So that is a very high overview of how this would be played. And again, what you're going to be able to do is touch this like you would treat a pedal on a piano almost, except for you really can't make any sound without it. So that's going to be your dynamic control. And you treat it like a pedal. You wouldn't just tap on it, you actually have to touch it and drag it down. So that would be the controls. Now there is another option here. You can actually use the keyboard. I'm going to go ahead and touch this button right here. Turn on the key. And then the you can play the keyboard there as well. Now there are some options to turn on and off this reverb, as you may have noticed, and if you see any of these videos of being played, there is a reverb you can have. Turn it on and off. You can actually turn on and off these help features. Personally, I would like to have them on since I'm unfamiliar with the keyboard. Here in settings, you can also turn the reverb on and off, and you can control how much reverb there is. You want to turn that all the way up, go for it. You can have the keyboard vibrate or not vibrate. You can have the keyboard slide while you're playing if you pull the ring, which is kind of interesting, and you can have pitch correction turned on. We're going to go ahead and turn everything on. And as you can tell, just all kinds of different tones. And again, just a beautiful and very cool interpretation of this instrument. I do wish for people like myself who are relatively unfamiliar with the instrument, there was a bit more help. That way you could get a bit more out of it. But otherwise, just a very cool, very interesting instrument to play with. And kind of interesting to get used to and play. Here at the iPhoneAppReview.com, we did give this application a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a very interesting interpretation of a literal instrument, with the reverb, the tone changes, the options here for the playing of the notes, and both those control options. And again, in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing, this is a dangerous and very, very interesting and beautiful application. I do again wish there was a little bit more help in that help file, more explanation of the buttons and things like that. But otherwise, well made, works well. I did have to reinstall it one time, so a 4 out of 5 stars for a few flaws, but otherwise an interesting application. So again, with the video app review, this has been Valerie Lauer with the iPhoneAppReview.com. Until next time.